Scoop it. Here we go. Ooh, those are some pretty looking scoops. I got to say, I'm very pleased with this scooper I got from Burko Kitchen. They hooked me up. That's a nice little ad spot for you guys. It's about as shillerific as I'm going to get. So let me take my customary picture for the gram. In the meantime, you can stare at this. This is our flavor of tonight. Peanut Butter Party from Blue Bunny. Full disclosure, I've had this flavor before. I have not yet done a proper review of it. It was requested by one of my followers. I can't remember who. I apologize if you're in here right now and it was you that requested it. But I gotta say, I might do some end of the year awards, best ice cream, worst ice cream, things like that. If there is anything, if there's a category for most improved ice cream company, that award has to go to Blue Bunny, and I'll talk about that more as we delve into this flavor. So, for the uninitiated, this flavor is Peanut Butter Party. It's peanut butter ice cream, peanut butter and fudge swirls, and peanut butter cups. One thing you guys notice about Blue Bunny since they came back is they have clear containers, which means it's very easy to tell if you have a good container or not. You can see right through, you can see the swirl, you can make sure the quality control is on point. But even though they've made that a feature that you can check the pints out before, or not the pints, but the half gallons or whatever the hell these things are, it doesn't matter because the quality control has been essentially perfect with Blue Bunny since they came back with the rebranding and repackaging. So here we go. Let's take a bowl shot here. I'm going to move, actually, you know what? I'm going to move my camera manually. I said I was going to, so I'm going to stick to it because this works so much better. Let's see how good I am at this. Oh, man. Isn't that a beautiful bowl of ice cream? Burko Kitchen, thank you for the scooper. It makes very aesthetic looking scoops. So we have that peanut butter ice cream. There's peanut butter swirls and chocolate swirls, which you guys can see right there. Peanut butter and chocolate swirls. And we have, obviously, peanut butter cups, which I'm very excited about. Here we go. This is one of, fun fact, this is one of the more calorie-dense options from Blue Bunny. Blue Bunny's, I guess this is a premium ice cream, but not a super premium, obviously. It is, not salt and straw. First spoonful here. Let's get some of that swirl. Let's get in there, check it out. Oh, it's so much easier in this manual life. Let me get some lighting, though. Let me get some contrast. There we go. What about it? Or not. You could not focus. Damn, I thought I had a foolproof plan here, guys, and I didn't. There we go. Peanut butter swirl, chocolate swirl, peanut butter ice cream. Oh my. Just as good as I remember. We're not talking super premium ice cream here, but it's not the richest peanut butter ice cream I've ever had by a long shot, but it's definitely really good. Like it tastes like peanut butter. Thank God. Sometimes you get some lighter ice creams, and they're quote unquote peanut butter flavored, and it basically tastes like vanilla tinged with peanut butter. This tastes like peanut butter, and it should because it's 13 grams of fat per serving, which for Blue Bunny is a lot. As you can see here, we got some little melty action on the chocolate swirl. If I lean back a little bit, there we go. We got some melting action there. A lot of peanut butter swirl going on in there. Let's see how I can. Let's try this again. First time's a charm, maybe. Ooh, there we go. Chocolate swirl, peanut butter swirl. Peanut butter cups aren't huge. but they do the job. Nicholas says the richest peanut butter ice cream would have to be Graeter's. I would have to say that is true. I might have to delve into some Buckeye Blitz this weekend, actually. Brett asks, what's the difference between premium and super premium ice cream? Is it just the price? No, it is not just the price. It's the ingredients. Typically, higher fat content. It's a richer ice cream because they use more milk fat and or whatever the hell it is it's called. I'm not a chef. Don't ask me the technical terms. But you're going to have more fat per serving. That's why Graeter's is considered a super premium ice cream because, I mean, you're talking like 18 to 20 grams of fat per serving. McConnell's is another super premium ice cream. They have, if it's 20 or so grams of fat per serving, it's super premium. Now, that doesn't mean that that's the only thing that makes it super premium ice cream because there's the Ben & Jerry flavors that are up in the 20s, but they're not. I don't consider Ben & Jerry's a super premium ice cream. And Casey just described it better than I could. Super premium ice cream tends to have very low overrun and high fat content, and the manufacturer uses the best quality ingredients. Hence, why Ben & Jerry's would not be considered a super premium, but Graeter's would be. That French pot process, yo. Once again, let's talk about the quality control here of Blue Bunny since they came back. I really think that, you know, if you guys remember, if you had Blue Bunny back in the day, it wasn't very impressive. It was very hit or miss. But since they came back, it's not an upper tier brand by any means. But if you're walking into Walmart and you walk out with the Blue Bunny flavor, odds are you're going to have a good time. You never have to worry about the swirl. You never have to worry about the mix-ins. You're always going to get a good amount, at least in the big containers. I can't vouch for the pints. I mean, the swirls are all on point here. My camera is very picky. It's a picky little bitch. There we go. It's a very pretty ice cream. Let me see. Ooh, I actually got a lot of peanut butter cups. I should have showed you the container before I scooped stuff out because the top layer, all the Blue Bunny pints or containers now have a really cool swirl setup. So definitely recommend it. I mean, if you can't find Blue Bunny, you live in buttfuck Egypt, so I feel sorry for you. But I'd say this has a better than average peanut butter ice cream base. The swirls do the job. They're just like the peanut butter cups, not huge, not blowing me away by any means, but gets that extra flavor in there. Another trait of super premium ice cream that you'll notice, you can take a pint of super premium out of the freezer and let it sit for like 5 or 6 minutes, and it will barely be melted. It won't temper at all because it's just got so much fat in it. Conversely, stuff like Blue Bunny, I have to eat and talk fast because it's gonna melt if I don't. If you ever had some really light ice cream, like the cheap shit, you'll know what I'm talking about because that stuff melts faster than hell. Leo's asking about his post-physique show choice. Where do you live, leopard? Leo the leopard. Your choice of ice cream varies by your region. I mean, depending on where you live, you might have better options, you might have worse options. You live in Seattle. Do you guys have Tillamook in Seattle? Damn. It's melting all over the table. I have to clean up after myself now. I should probably get a placemat like my kid. Leo, you do have Tillamook. I want you to go. I want to live vicariously through you. I want you to go out and get the pumpkin cookie butter flavor from Tillamook, and then tell me how it is. See what I've done? Making a mess. You got it, dude. Good luck at your show. So back to Blue Bunny. I can't think of a. Yeah, it's better than baby poop. I can't think of a flavor I've had that's been bad. I've had some that have been somewhat of a letdown, you know, kind of mediocre, but since they've been back, yeah, this is a fancy bowl, isn't it? Bob's digging the new bowl. Since Blue Bunny has come back, I gotta say the vanilla cupcake flavor, this flavor, red velvet cupcake. What else?
The caramel cake is really good.
So, the creamy caramel cake.
Something like that. Yeah.
Salted caramel craze, I think that one's good too. The other, like mocha mihapi, I wasn't a huge fan of. The
cookie dough wasn't great.
Yeah, cookie dough isn't very good. Brownie's good. The brownie's good.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, we're talking about like a handful. Dan Baz says, does Blue Bunny have anything similar to Perry's Panda Paws? Isn't Perry's Panda Paws like Turtle Tracks? I think this would be... Isn't Panda Paws like peanut butter and stuff? I don't know. Anyways, guys, this is a top 3 Blue Bunny flavor for me. It should come as no surprise. If you followed me long enough, you know I have a hard-on for peanut butter, salty, sweet stuff. This one's great. It's a great option. Even though it's higher in fat for Blue Bunny, it's still... not, gonna blow your calorie load by any means. It's got, peanut butter cups, fudge swirl, chocolate, peanut butter swirl, good peanut butter based ice cream. This one gets an 8 out of 10, which really is the apex for Blue Bunny. I've never given a Blue Bunny higher than an 8. So if you get an 8 as a Blue Bunny ice cream, you're doing pretty good. Tiger Rate says, I had Blue's Birthday. Really good. Yeah, Blue's Birthday is another good one. Really fun flavor. Noah Bolin says, this versus peanut butter cookie core, Ben & Jerry's, which is better? I would rather eat this. And I don't like the cookie cores. You have to understand, I'm not a big fan of them. I don't like the gimmick. I don't think it works good. I actually like the regular cores better than the cookie core. The cookie core just gets in the way. You know what I mean? Nicholas says, would you happen to have any tips for someone who wants to stop tracking macros? That's easy. You just stop. If you're like me and you've eaten, you tracked macros for long enough, and if you eat the same things, you know what you're doing. Just let go, just release. You gotta just let go. Casey Dean says or asks, most money you've ever spent on a single pint. That would be close. Well, it depends. If we're talking like a one-off or in a shipment, one-off, I've spent $12 on a pint of ice cream before. I guess it would come closer to like $15 if you're talking about like shipments and whatnot, because that's not cheap. Babe, can you put this away before it melts? It's delicious. Thank you. What are you having? Yeah, Jenny's. Nicholas says Jenny's. That's exactly what I was referring to. Jenny's is the most expensive ice cream that you're going to find. Like, you go to Fresh Market, it's still $12, which is crazy to me because Jenny's is good, but it's not as good as it used to be. I can't believe they still charge $12 for it. It's not even a hand-packed small batch ice cream anymore. When it was a small batch, like hand-packed ice cream company, in the clear pints, I was all about it. But now $12 is tough. I will, however, be buying gooey butter cake when she comes out. Well, you're going to eat it all before I get a chance to. I only review 3 ice creams a week. Well, on live stream anyways. I'm very excited, though. I'm actually going to be reviewing a new brand. I'm not going to spoil it for anybody, but it's a brand that nobody knows about yet, and they're going to be doing nationwide shipping. And they have some very interesting flavors. They're a lot like Ample Hills. So I'm lucky that I'm going to get the opportunity to break it to the world, and I hope it's as good as it sounds because I'm really excited about it. Salt and Straw kind of let me down with the October flavors. I'm just gonna order 5 pints of the Great Candy Copia because I know what to expect, and who doesn't like a lot of candy in their pints? So next week's still up in the air. I'm always open to suggestions, but I still have a couple things I need to get through. But it depends on the day. Sometimes I feel like reviewing certain things. Sometimes I don't. I might still hit up some dairy-free stuff. I might not. I know dairy-free is good for ratings, but sometimes I just don't feel like eating it. It really depends on what I had the rest of the day. Dan asked, how many miles do I run a day? I don't run any miles. I row miles, or kilometers. I row roughly 10K a day unless I do the assault bike. So, Casey Dean says, ever create your own flavor on eCreamery? Well, it's funny you should ask that. No, I have not, but this new company has talked about briefly giving me the opportunity to create my own flavor, which you guys would be available to purchase. That in itself is a crazy opportunity, and I would have to think long and hard about my flavor. But Powered by Ice Cream could be coming soon. What do you think the best red velvet cake flavor is? I think the best red velvet cake flavor is the Blue Bunny red velvet cupcake because it is the most true to red velvet. It has, red velvet ice cream. It has a cream cheese swirl, or cream cheese ice cream as well, and pieces of cake bits. If you don't have a cream cheese element in your red velvet ice cream, you ain't shit. I know you guys are upset with Salt and Straw, but if you think about last year, it's not that much different. I mean, they had the flavor with bugs in it, which a lot of people didn't order because they were scared little bitches. I ate it. There was candy corn, which wasn't that good. I didn't like it at all. I love candy corn, but the ice cream itself didn't work. The Great Candy Copia, which, depending on how many pieces of candy you get, it's probably a 10 out of 10. And then they had the Essence of Ghost, which tastes like ghost asshole, and something else that I forgot about, some sorbet. So it's not that much different. They always get crazy with Halloween flavors. It's not like, I wasn't surprised, honestly. I was just happy they came out with Great Candy Copia again. That was my biggest concern, was that they were going to try to mess with that, and I would have been upset. But the best part, I mean, if you get 5 pints of the Great Candy Copia, you're going to be happy with it, honestly. I know Kelsey's excited because last time it came out, she was prepping. So this time, she's going to get to eat it. And I remember her watching me eat it, and she was very sad because it was like her kind of ice cream. If you didn't have it last year, dude, it's crazy because they make their own candies for the mix-ins, and they're huge. They're fucking massive. They're like regular peanut butter cups, regular Whoppers, regular Butterfingers, but on Celtec. They're huge. So I highly recommend it. If that's all you get this month, that's fine. And then November comes around, and November last year had my favorite Salt and Straw flavor of the year, the sweet potato casserole with marshmallows. That shit was crazy. Crazy. So don't be upset. They get a little hipster, that's what they do. They've still produced 3 of the best ice creams I've had this year. And that's kind of, you got to roll with the punches. They're going to make like 3 or 4 hipster flavors and then 1 or 2 amazing flavors or above average flavors. And you got to decide what to get. There's nothing wrong with adding some original flavors in your pack. Snickerdoodle's good. Fudge Brownie's good. I like them all. So, anyways, guys, thanks for stopping by once again. And like I said, DM me on Instagram if you have some suggestions. Pop it in the comments if you got some suggestions. I'm always open to re-scoop things that I haven't reviewed live and do that stuff. So, in the meantime, I will see you on Instagram. Thanks for watching.